Namaste and welcome. I hope you guys have been doing well, and sorry I'm running a little late. I've taken some time to come for this video again. I have been exploring a lot about what topics would make sense, but I understood from my audience that people would want to know a lot of technicalities around astrology, and I call it applied astrology for my channel's sake. So there's one tough combination which I came across today, and I wanted to talk about it in specific, which is called Rahu Moon conjunction, which is like Rahu and Moon in anybody's birth chart. In Vedic astrology, it's also known as like a Chandra Grahan Yoga, which in English would mean your moon is under eclipse, or like a moon eclipse, in other words. So when Rahu, let's say, combines with Moon in anybody's birth chart, that would actually mean that is basically there's a Chandra Grahan. It's not considered as the best one or the any kind of auspicious one. There are pros and cons of this chart as well, or this combination as well. Let's call it conjunction for the lack of a better word. And then depending upon the degree, like how close or far they are from each other, like Rahu and the planet Moon, it's going to determine the kind of impact it can have on anybody's life. Now this is a very tough combination to handle. It can go in multiple directions, and I'll be walking you through all the houses from 1 to 12 today. That's the intention of this video. Now the other important aspect is wherever it sits, depending upon the house, whether it is positive, negative, we call them malefic, benefic in other words, is going to determine whether this will have a positive impact or negative impact in one's life. Now of course, when I say so, there are a lot of assumptions that we are not looking at any aspects of the planets. We are not looking at anything, any influence or affliction, debilitation, anything more technical in nature. We are just trying to go at a very high layman's level that let's assume when Rahu and Moon is present in your birth chart, how would you really read your Kundali or birth chart? There are a lot of softwares out there, people are of course using it. So let's get started on that. So let's say it is house number 1 for instance, and now this is all about your personality. So this combination will be a little tough one depending upon what zodiac sign it is, again there from 1 to 12 for instance. Let's say all the 12 zodiac signs that we have. So it is all about your personality branding, the way you look outwards and the way you think of yourself, and also about your body and the appearance in general, about your whole structure itself. So that's going to determine. This can be very tricky. It can go again on the positive side of things. It can give very high intuition, very high transformative powers, or very high. It can also give afflicted moon problems, like any challenges, or I would not call them diseases, but any kind of not normal situations with moon, because moon is again 70% of our body, or element in our body, which is again fundamental, represents your emotion, your intellect, your sharpness, your mother, you call it, right? So, and Rahu will give affliction, so it will just boost, it will just excite the whole features of moon as such. So if it sits with moon in conjunction, Mr. Rahu, so basically what it will do, it will enhance or extrapolate the features of, or all the characteristics of moon itself. So it can go tricky here. The person could be very charismatic, they could be very outspoken, very social. At the same time, they might have some challenges, as simple as being very vocal and don't have any control on the things they can think in their mind, the moon part of it. Again, very obsessed with their mother as well at the same time. And again, the outspoken part can be indefinite as well, so they may not have a control over what they're going to do with their minds. Mind could be unlimitedly creative, unlimitedly thinking, unlimitedly continuously bothering them. So if it is going negative, which is quite possible in this situation, it can be someone who others would think is a lunatic or mentally disturbed or not a peaceful person to work with, right? So a lot of situations, but again, mostly at this place it is seen as a positive thing, to be honest, right? So then I'll move on to the second house, which is like the speech and intellect and the culture that you bring for your family traditions in that way, including the money matters. Second place is a good placement because you'll be over obsessed with money. The mother of the native would have a lot of say in their financial life, income life. How do you make money from this? How do you make money from that? All sort of things. So it's also again, it is very good for somebody who is into marketing, somebody who's into public speaking, because it gives you a speech which is uncontrolled. You can talk for hours, ages, forever, right? So those kind of things it will give you. And the money matters will get excited again, so which is like a lot of money. I want a lot of speech, I want a lot of fame, I want a lot of income sources. And this person of course will have a lot of sources of money. Mother could be equally contributing to his income. So mother is very lucky, and mother is very promising for his chart as well. Okay, it also denotes over obsessions with mother. So if this guy faces a situation where somebody talks about that your mother is saying a lot about your income, and your mother may have a lot on your money matters, but again this person cannot hear it. Actually, this person, the last thing you can do is talk against his or her mother. Okay, so that's about the second place. It's all a good combination to have for earning income. Extra focus on money and matters. That's the one significant thing to look at. The third house, if you move into, again, Rahu and Moon in the third house would signify a very good career in journalism, marketing, online things, social media. A very good career in travel agencies. If you want to make a career in travel, it's fantastic to have short-term travels. It also gives challenges with the sibling, by the way. So the mother and the sibling both will be in challenges, more or less. It is a good placement in general, but again, it will aspect the ninth house, which is not so great to look at. But again, the obsession with mother, and the mother may co-author things, or mother may be the first person to go to when this person communicates. So it also shows communications, but very good for journalism, writing things, writing books, and all of that. It will show, of course, some troubled relationship with the siblings or immediate siblings, like that. Fairly good enough for your friend circle as well. So that's where it matters on the third house. If I move on to fourth house, for again looking at Rahu and Moon conjunction in fourth house, it is little challenging here because it's about property, mother's house, and all of that in the fundamental chart that we have. But in this case, it will be more like it shows some detachment from mother. Detachment in the sense moving away from the mother's place, or moving away from the place the person was born with, and it could happen as early as a childhood. So my guess would be like as soon as the person turns 6 or 7 years of age, it could be away from the native motherland, away from the mother, up till at least the age of teenage, 14 or 15 years, if you may. So that's where it gets tricky. It again shows a lot of over obsession with property, movies, vehicles, and speculations. Okay, this is a tough combination too. This person can get into speculation. If of course donates smoking to a very great extent, so this person would love to smoke inside the house. Okay, so that's one tough thing to handle in terms of hygiene and the pollution, if you may. And then that's about fourth house largely. But yeah, but again, the obsession part remains with the mother. Okay, I've seen these charts where a couple could be really fighting that you have told my mother this, you have told. I got a case actually from north of India recently where it was prominent, and then the guy cannot listen anything about his mother, no matter what. If she is right or wrong, it doesn't matter. That's how it works. Inside the house, the energy would be very high. If somebody gets married to this kind of personality, know that if you are inside the house, the immediate family house, you can't talk against the mother of this person. Okay, be very well sure on that. That's very prominent. I've seen it. If I move on to the fifth house, the house of romance, the family, life, education, higher education, if you will, which is where it is a very good thing. It is a good thing to have this person is like born with talent, born with blessings. It could be very good into music, very good for a singer, a vocalist, a music production guy, somebody who can make money out of dairy, motherhood, pharmacies, to name a few, even biotechnology, biology things. A very good career in speculations to a great extent. Music, of course, I said, and then anything to do with dairy, cheese, milk, and all of that, as well as coming here. And mother has an absolute say on the family life. So when this guy starts a family, this guy or the girl, would ask the mother everything. Okay, should I start, mama, should I go for this course, mama, should I go for that higher course, mama, should I marry this girl, should I marry this or that, should I start a family? So it's like every decision a mother has a say. And then again, but it is good for an intellectual guy. It's very good speaker, very blessed kind of thing to have in this position. I'll move on to the sixth house, which is the, we call it debt, litigation, enemies, and all of that. So the sixth house is more about your work and all. Fundamentally shows this person is a workaholic. This person may want to invite his mom or her mom to the workplace. Number two. Number three is this person has very good. It's very good combination to have exams, right? Competitive exams, so you can crack any kind of exams on the planet if you prepare hard for it, of course. But it's pretty much shows competitiveness, working spirit. It's truly a workaholic. They would love to go to office at any random hours, working like crazy. They will not take care of their health. In fact, a lot of focus comes on health. I've seen this kind of charts where it shows challenges with their and it shows, of course, the smoking at workplace. Okay, so it shows challenges with their health. It also will denote a lot of, it can actually, if it gets tricky, which is a lot likely to happen in this combination, it can cause trouble to the mother a lot, because it's again the house of the diseases. So mother could be, of course, facing some or other ailment, so that's not an easy thing to have in the sixth place. Now in terms of litigation, again, this is like a stealth mode, I call it, where your enemies, you will actually, this is against Ketu's energies, you will attract a lot of enemies and you will beat them left and blue, okay, left, right, center. So this is a very good thing to have enemies, in the sense that this person would invite enemies and actually outpace them at the same time, okay. So this works great in that kind of situation, may not be the best to have. So that's what we mean by Rahu Moon in the sixth house. Now moving on to Rahu Moon in the seventh house, which is again a very tricky one. Shows it absolute shows challenges with your married life, challenge with your commercial life. You go the business way, your mind may or may not work, but very good to start a smoke business, an alcohol business, a business which is shadow thing like online things, IT. Very good for IT professional, very good for business, very good if you marry a partner into IT industry. But again, the obsession with the mother will continue. And the next part would be again, this is somewhat challenging. There has to be a breakup. Okay, there will be a breakup. There will be at least 2 or more relationships, if you will, if not the marriage. But marriage is not easy to handle here, okay, because the mother comes into picture, and there will be a mother angle and the partner angle, and there could be commercial or the business angle as well. But the challenge here is this person, if it is positive, depends upon the Rashi or zodiac actually. Let's say this happens in zodiac sign 8, which is the Scorpio, or the 12th Pisces, or even 3rd or Gemini, for example. This will get very tricky. It can go in any direction. Positive things I told you maybe, and negative things are this person can cheat on the business, okay. This person is the last person you want to have your business partner with, because this person will not think an inch, okay. In fact, the mother would support, let's go ahead and do it kind of situation, okay. So this is not an easy thing to handle at this place. Now there are a lot of remedies we could do. I mean, we probably try to make another video on that, but at a high level, this is what 7th house means, depending upon the zodiac sign, okay. Now the 8th house is where it is the most tricky and the most dangerous one. I recently came across a spiritual healer. I was just asking them the chart out of curiosity, but this is a tough one, okay. Here it shows extreme energies, extreme darkness, extreme occult, good for astrologers, professionals, somebody into tantra. But it also shows if it goes negative, then you have a tantra yoga, which is like you can attract a lot of negativity, and you will be like the habitat for a negative energy to live inside you, or the body or soul, whatever you call it. So this is not an easy thing to have in the 8th place, but I've seen good transformation. You could be as good as a healer. You could be getting dreams, and you could get flashback of the people. Like if you just look at people, you may start looking at their past life, seeing their history, like yesterday what they were doing. You get good flashes. You could get good dreams, and it can be an absolute alcoholic. I've seen this kind of combination can in fact lead to a gambling guy, like in that combination, depends upon the zodiac. But if it is 8, it's an absolute transformation thing. Very good for occult, very good for tantra, very good to practice healing or spirituality if you may. But again, if it goes negative, then it can be like a gambler to the core, like hardcore gambler. If it is AIDS, then hardcore sexual guy has no trust of any kind in relationships. If I may be honest, it's a very good thing to have. Like if somebody is going negative, you can become a porn star for all you know. But this is the last guy you can trust on sexuality. She'll never be loyal with. Very difficult to be loyal with. If it goes the spiritual way, of course, yes. But if it goes the negative, this person will not be loyal to one person. Okay, this goes absolute on 8th sign. Gemini could be tricky, and then even Virgo could be very very tricky in it. It will be absolute sexual things, and then yeah, 7th also would be tricky, which is like the Libra sign. So Libra sign to repeat, Scorpio sign, Gemini sign, or Virgo sign. These are the things that will got very tricky, very nasty. Okay, that's the 8th thing. Good thing is it is a spiritual healer, spiritual seeker. It's unlimited spirituality, unlimited transformation, and this person the life will be transformed for sure, like transformed for sure. Sorry to overpronounce that, but let's say they started a life in a specific way, the life would transform drastically. As in when they grow, there can be sudden changes in life, a lot of sudden changes. Total U-turn. Started with this, became something else. Started with money, became like a moneyless guy. It's like that extreme combination. Okay, I hope it makes sense to you guys. Moving on to the 9th house. 9th house is all about luck, religion, fate, your father's house. Very blessed house. Here in this combination is a tough one again, because you may have absolute different views, anti-views of the culture you are born in. You may want to leave the place you were born in. You may not like the religion you are born in. It also shows somebody can actually convert into another religion. Somebody who may have atheist views, which is okay to have nowadays, no complaints. Somebody who have always questioned their father. It also shows challenges with the mother, and at the same time challenge with the father as well. Absolute karmic thing from the past life. Mostly it shows past life karma pending with your mother or the father, and vice versa. Okay. Moving on to the 10th house, which is about the job, career, growth, prospect, growth in life in general. But again, that's a good thing to have. 10th place is like fantastic for Rahu, and Rahu and Moon is like a cake, like cherry on the cake, I say. Fantastic to have. You'll grow tremendously. Fantastic career. Very good for IT, media, Hollywood, Bollywood, celebrities, modeling, anything which is a show off angle. Okay, online things, social media influencer, name it, right? So anything which is any technology into it, electronics, communication, telecom, shadow things, right? Things which are not real, illusionary things. A very good psychiatrist, scientist, whatever you call it, deep R&D. It can get into any direction. Very very good for, excellent for your career. Okay, and the growth and prosperity in general in this life. Moving on to the 11th house, also profitability, social circles, income to some extent, and also your peers, colleagues, and the people you meet through your social network. Phenomenal. This person will have a lot of guys. Cheating is quite possible. Very good in speculations. Very good in making friends. He will make friends like just connection on the first level. People will watch and want to be friends with them. This is like extrapolated, extraordinary social circle. Okay, so this person can gain a lot from the social circle, which is good news to have. Very good for insurance, healthcare, anything which is like a partner networking or a network marketing, anything which can help you grow your business, money, fame, name, job, whatever, right? Everything through social network is phenomenal here, and unlimited. Like there's no limit to the madness. Okay, so that's how it works on 11th house. 12th house is of course the house of spirituality, isolation, seculation, separation, the bedroom things, right? So here the good thing is the door of the 12th house is open to the Lord. Okay, the ultimate Lord that you have faith in. So the good thing is it will help you connect to the ultimate divine, the spiritual things in a nicer way. You'll be obsessed with spirituality. This person would start imagining that this person was born some stupendous, like a very very nice, extraordinary soul on this planet, and they will start illusionary things. They'll really believe that they are born here for a great cause. They are like a spiritual seeker, maybe a spiritual guru, and they know all spirituality. They don't have to learn. This is the way the person thinks. It also has chances of going in isolation. This person could at least be jailed once in their life, which shows isolation, but very good for doctors, which is again a place of isolation. If they pursue medicine, the doctor things, then again it is a good thing to have. The same energy could be utilized in a positive way rather than the jail part that I just mentioned. But again, it depends upon a lot of factors. We can't really definitely say. But this house is very unknown house. It's open to the Lord. The gates are open to the house, to the ultimate divine. We don't have, there's no limitation to this house, okay? The bed pleasure again is more about this person will be over obsessed with sexuality, absolute maniac in that field. Again, cheating is very common here, and then it could be a porn star follower, right? If I may be honest, that's the profile it is into. But a good thing to have a partner in the bedroom, very excellent to have if you love experimentation, if you love philosophy, if you love spirituality, if you love isolation, like I love isolation, I love separate time, I love peace time, I like outside city life, I like the countryside, I like the silence. So likewise, if this is what you're liking, this is a good and excellent combination to have. Mother, there will be karmic connection with mother because there is some spiritual karma pending with your mother in this life. That's what it also denotes. And of course, very good for but again, it's a spendthrift, okay? This is a very, very expensive profile to have. This person will spend money like crazy. The mother would be hospitalized quite often. Mother will have some non-curable or let's say curable ailment, which will spend a lot of money on spirituality and hospitalization expenses. This is a spendthrift. So if you love money, this is the last person you should have a partnership with. Life wise, money wise, marriage wise, friendship wise, but she will spend a lot of crazy money. He's born to spend money, okay? He's born to spend on spirituality, he's born to spend on hospitalization, he's born to spend money like crazy, he's born to be a very highly sexual guy in the bedroom, okay? So this is how it works. There are pros and cons, but again, it is a tough thing to handle, especially to summarize. If you're looking at the Virgo sign, tough sign, depending upon which house, the characteristics or traits or features of that house would activate, like I mentioned in my discussion so far. Gemini, very, very different. It can go into any direction. Let's say if it is 8th sign in 8th house in Gemini, for instance, it's the most tricky one. This could denote as good as a different sexual orientation. It could go in any direction, right? So because that is also the house of hidden desire, so depends, right? 12th house, of course, it will mean the similar thing. So Gemini, Virgo, and the 8th is a Scorpion sign, which is again a house of the sign of transformation. So there again it becomes very tricky. You don't know it will transform into what, positive, negative, we can't really say. Depends upon a lot of things. Let's say there are positive aspects to this house, then you are probably safe with Jupiter, for instance, maybe Venus. But if it is more of Saturn looking at that, it absolutely becomes karmic, okay? But yeah, having a usual thinking, the fundamental thing is having a usual thinking, usual patterns is difficult for this personality. The good things are like he can be a philosopher, he can be a writer. If this person is in 5th house, this combination 5th house, this person could be a poet, a writer, a fiction writer, absolute fantastic comic guy. He can write stories, he can write criminal movies, he can write secretive things. So it's a very good thing to have in those situations. Business wise as well, if you look at the positive side, if it is in the 7th house, you can have a business which deals with all of this, right? And what I just said, and then like that. So it depends on the house, but again, I'm assuming you're just looking at Rahu Moon. I hope it gives you some understanding of it. It's called Chandra Grahan Yoga, but may not be negative. It has positive things. There are simple remedies, but it is a tough one to cure, okay? It's not an easy one to manage. I hope it helps you, makes you more aligned to applied astrology. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon with my another video. Namaskar.